From the colder climes of Eastern Europe come visitors to Tymon Park, a small flock of pochard. Occurring mostly between October and February, the arrival of any number of pochard in an area will create excitement amongst birdwatchers and photographers alike. And when they do arrive, word generally spreads quickly in the birding world. This happened recently here in Tallaght, when 11 of these visiting birds from Northern and Eastern Europe were spotted on one of the lakes in Tymon Park. It had been quite a few years since I'd last photographed pochard, so because I had to visit my doctor to pick up a letter, which would literally take just a couple of minutes, I decided to take my gear with me, as I could easily make a slight detour on my way home and hopefully get some new shots of these recent arrivals. From what I'd heard so far, I was fairly sure that I'd have little trouble finding them, and this turned out to be the case, but unfortunately they were in almost total darkness, shielded as they were by the shrubbery on the lake's one small island. They also appeared to be sleeping, but as I had an hour to spare, I decided to hang around and see what might happen, and obviously photograph the other species in, on or around the lake. While I was waiting, believe it or not, the first creature that appeared in front of my lens was one of the most hated species on the planet, a rat. Somebody had left some seed on the ground, intended I'm sure for the birds in the area, but obviously they weren't thinking that being on the ground, it was bound to attract rats. And true to form, that's what's happened. Now, I've already said that most people hate rats, and I'm not particularly fond of them myself, but I have to say, to be honest, I think the rat that appeared before me was kind of cute, so I've included him in this week's slideshow. Tymon Park, just like Sean Walsh Park, which is my local park, has its resident collection of the usual suspects which I'd expect to find on any of the lakes in the parks around Tallaght. Grey heron, coot, moorhen, mallard and so on. So they're also featured in this week's slideshow. I've also included two of my favourite songbirds, the dunnock and the robin. Before I go, I have to tell you about the robin, or rather robins, that I photographed while I was there, because I photographed 4 different birds between the lake and the car park before I left, and if I didn't know better, I'd swear they were purposely coming to me to be photographed, because as I moved closer to the car park, they followed me and perched in perfect positions for me to capture them. Anyway, enough of my nonsense. Enjoy the slideshow. Well, thanks again for watching Wildlife Wednesday, folks. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you did, I'd be grateful if you'd give it a like and subscribe to my channel. When you do, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. Till next week, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands and wear a mask where necessary, while continuing to maintain social distancing. We're not out of the woods yet. We're getting there. Take care, folks. Bye.